Good morning. It's mid-January, the water's cold, the air's cold, but fishing's been hot. I'm Mac Farr.
And I'm Dean Sigmund. We're here on Lake Lanier, our home lake. Come with us, we're going to show you some of our deep water techniques for some real big spotted bass.
Put on an extra jacket, pile in, let's go see if we can catch some. All right, our first stop this morning is a ledge. And let's define a ledge before we get started here. And to me, that's any vertical surface. It doesn't have to particularly be big. Keep in mind, a fish that's 12 or 14 inches, a ledge that's a foot is a big change in depth. Most of them are bigger than that. But just keep in mind, any vertical surface will constitute a ledge. Most of them are made by old road beds, creek channels, but anything, natural bluff, anything can create a ledge. And we're coming up on one right here, and you're going to see it. It's going to pop up here in just, I don't know, another boat length or so. And this is a pretty good ledge. Depending on where we're at, this is an old road. It's going to be anywhere from 5 to 10 feet on the vertical plane. You see where we're flattening off, and we're getting ready to come up on it. And the key is to fish these, you have to be right on the ledge. Not close, not nearby. You've got to be right on it. And we like to drop a marker on it so that we can, after we drop the marker, we can position the boat right on top of it and put our baits right in it. And here you see it. We're falling down in here. It looks like a hole on the graph, but keep in mind, because the boat's moving so slowly, there's a lot of distance between these two peaks. And we've got a vertical drop here that may be as big as 10 feet. It's about 15 to 20 feet across. So we're going to drop the marker. The marker will be on the upside, and then we're going to circle around, pull the nose of the boat right up to the marker, and drop our baits right down in that ditch. Sure is a nice morning, Dean.
Sure is.
Oh, got a little bump there. I got one.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a nice heavy fish, Dean.
Looks like a good one.
Well, that didn't take long.
That's a good way to start the morning right
Absolutely.
there.
And Dean, you'll probably
Can't beat
agree,
that.
more often than not, a lot of times when you pull up on these big, deep structures, if they're there, you get the bait in front of him, he'll take it pretty quick.
Yeah, they let you know pretty quick.
Yeah, usually if they're down. Oh, that's a nice
down.
fish, Dean. You gonna lip him for me?
Yeah, I'll get him. Bring it. If you can talk him into coming in.
Yeah, he's got different ideas about this. Good gracious. This is why we like wintertime spotted bass fishing.
Come here, boy.
I think some of the biggest strings of fish we catch, oh yeah, that's a nice fish. All right, Dean. Well, good deal.
Good job, man. You know, Mac, one thing about these fish out here on this deep structure, they just don't get the pressure that the fish on the banks get. You know,
I agree
guys
with
come
you.
out here and they beat the bank. They fish these coves and the shallow brush.
Things they can see. They want
That's
fish
right.
things they can see.
That's right. A lot of times you're way off the bank out here. This
Right.
stuff's way off.
This particular place we're not. A lot of times you may be, what, a couple hundred yards from the bank. I think it's hard for people to visualize something that you can't see with your eyes, and in that case you have to use your sonar for your eyes.
That's right.
And something that may help, you may want to drop a marker, even two. If you put a marker on some of this stuff, I think it gives you something tangible to feel and throw at, and you can see it. So.
Right, you get a picture in your mind. You can lay it out in your mind.
Exactly.
What you're seeing and what you've got between the two markers. As you go over it, you'll draw a mental picture of it, and it helps you fish it because you know what you're fishing down there.
I think that's a good point too, and I think the key to being able to do this and making your sonar work is being able to look at the sonar, which is in one dimension, and being able to visualize, like you said, get that visual picture in your mind's eye and turn it into 3D.
Right.
But the key to making this work is being able to use your sonar to understand the bottom terrain and then be able to effectively keep your boat on it and keep the baits and the strikes on it.
Right.
But you can find a lot of good ledges just by looking at the bank, and when you figure you see a gully on the bank or a ditch on the bank and it's running into the lake, those features will continue down to 30 or 40 or 50 feet. This is a perfect example. We're in this cove. There's a big gully that runs in the back of this little cove, and we're just sitting on this gully where it's 40, 45 feet, and the sides of the gully make a ledge. But the way we found this, nothing fancy, didn't even use the depth finder. Dean found this one day just out fishing. He looked at that gully, started riding around in here, found a place where it was 40 feet with a little ledge. Been fishing ever since, and this has been a productive place for both of us. So just get in the habit of looking around the bank
and see where you see the little changes in contour, and a lot of times they'll continue out here and you'll find a real good structure that'll catch fish for you every year, every winter.